Can you talk a little bit more about what you are doing and also, of course, the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So Moments Lab is a content discovery platform, and we have a slightly different approach to typical MAM vendors. We look for, no pun intended, the moments that matter within media files. So how do we do that? You need to have a decent indexation model. And what we have is MXT2. So MXT2 is our newly released model, trained on 1.5 billion datasets. And what that does is generate a whole load of metadata. Now, we have about 15 different features within MXT2, and there are three parts to that. The first being computer vision, the second being speech processing, and the third being generative AI. There are lots of features to talk about, but the most important thing you need to know is that technology is multimodal. And what do I mean by multimodal? I mean by the fact that we compress all 15 of those features into a human-like description. To reduce the noise in a search when you have lots of tags, we take all those tags and produce a human-like description and give you context to what's being said and heard in videos. What that does in turn is allowed you to be able to search in a natural language format and be able to find the moments you're looking for.
Thank you, James. By Activo, we are very tied to many solutions in the market, and so as we are used to say, partnership is driving innovation. And we see yours so many times, finally here, integrated to other systems. So it looks like it's managing video production management, but finally what we saw from the market, you have this unique approach to manage advanced information regarding custom database, etc. So partnership-wise, is this something which is part of your DNA?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's no one solution or one size fits all. Partnerships are really, really important. There are companies that do certain things better than others, and I think forging partnerships with the right partners is important to making sure that we keep the video industry being able to handle the amount of content, the demands that we have from our customers, and keeping users engaged. So partnerships are, for me, extremely key.
Yeah, for sure. And now maybe you can talk about your vertical markets. We saw on your booth a couple of super well-known brands. So
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So our main verticals are news, sports, media and entertainment, production, and even now branching into brands and corporate. We were born in news. For those slightly older, we were formed in 2016. We were actually called Newsbridge. And just 2 years ago, we rebranded to Moments Lab to kind of more fit the mission statement of what we were doing, i.e. helping people find moments that matter within media files. We're helping lots of news customers be able to segment newscasts, find what they're looking for, and produce daily news, which, as you know, is a tough job. In media and entertainment, we're being able to help take entertainment type shows like Shark Tank, MasterChef, things like this, and be able to segment those media files into the moments that matter. We use a feature called Custom Moments, which is essentially curating all the metadata we produce and visually presenting that metadata back to you that meets your business needs. So for example, on Canada's Got Talent, I would like to see all of the golden buzzers. On MasterChef, I'd like to see all the steak dishes, all the fish dishes, all the eliminations of the contestants. Whatever it may be, we can utilize all the metadata that we have, curate it in a way that's visually pleasing and easy for you to organize and understand.
Thank you so much. One of the maybe last words who are looking at the trends of a show. Of course, NAB Show, it's part of hardware and software. Regarding the software, finally, what's your vision regarding some of the trends outside of AI or maybe just AI?
Yeah, I mean, most people at NAB, as I'm sure you've seen around the halls, have AI in some way, shape or form within their products. For me, the biggest theme, a recurring theme I've experienced during the show is definitely the need to start repurposing content. The demand for content is coming from everywhere. Companies are being asked to do more with less, and with less resources at hand, that makes being able to meet the content demand extremely tricky. So being able to use a tool like Moments Lab to search across 20, 30, 40 years of archive and repurpose that content rather than having to acquire, film or purchase content from a competitor really allows them to unlock the nuggets, the golden nuggets and things that are hidden like a needle in a haystack type moments in an archive of varying sizes. And being able to do that then allows you to repurpose your content, license more content, sell more content, and reuse that stuff and engage with new audiences and make full use of your video library.
Yeah, so finally you have some 3 amazing days. I tried a couple of times to join the team. It was super difficult, so the show was good for you, by the way.
Yeah, extremely busy, lots of interest, and like I say, a lot of people are coming to us now and realizing that they're sitting on a gold mine in their archive, and that they need to have a tool that can search across thousands of video. Searching for video at scale is tough. There are plenty of companies that can do it with a couple of hundred hours, but if you're talking 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 hours, it's a really tough challenge. And that's why you need the best indexation technology in the industry, which I'm proud to say we can now say, I believe we have, in the form of MXT2. And yeah, that's making everyone's lives easier. And the main mission of Moments Lab is to help people tell stories and build video content quicker.
Thank you so much, James. So I keep one sentence. If you want to do more with less, more efficient, it's all about Moments Lab.
Yeah.
Thank
perfect.
you, James.
Thank you so much
Have
for
a
your
good
time.
day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you to join us.